At what point does a driver stop being controversial and just become the main character? Because I think Carson Hocevar crossed that line in Atlanta. The crazy part is he didn't even win. Ryan Blaney's the guy taking home the trophy. That's what the record books will say. But if you ask fans what they're still talking about a few days later, a whole lot of them aren't talking about Blaney. They're talking about the guy who had the field, looking in the mirror, coming to the white flag. That's influence. A week ago, the conversation around Carson was completely different. It was Zane Smith, it was hard racing, it was whether he'd finally pushed one too many people too far. NASCAR even sat several drivers down before the weekend to cool things off. That's usually where the story ends. Instead, Carson went out and damn near stole one. And just when you thought it was only going to be Carson plus incident equals news, well, add another part to the equation. Leading again at the white flag, that changes the conversation. Nobody cares if an aggressive driver runs 20th every week. Eventually, people tune him out. But when that same driver starts putting himself in position to win, now you've got everybody's attention because success gives controversy credibility. You can hate the way he races all you want. You can't call him irrelevant anymore. That's over. The other thing that quietly happened Sunday, Spire Motorsports looked legitimate. Not good for Spire, legitimate. For years, they've been one of those teams you'd mention when talking about the future. The potential was always there, the investment was there, the hires were there. Now the results are starting to show up. That's a completely different conversation than we've had about Spire for most of its existence. And that's dangerous for the rest of the garage because if Carson keeps putting that car near the front, he's not just changing his own reputation, he's changing Spire's. The fan reaction tells you exactly where we are. Half the comments are exhausted by Carson always being in the middle of something. The other half can't wait to see what he does next. You know what both groups have in common? They're watching. That's what NASCAR has been missing. Not another driver everyone politely respects. A driver people argue about on Monday morning. The sport has always been better when somebody walks into the garage and half the room rolls their eyes. Earnhardt had it. Kyle Busch had it. Denny Hamlin still has it. Those guys understood something. Being ignored is a hell of a lot worse than being disliked, and Carson's figuring that out pretty damn quickly. Now, does he need to clean a few things up? Absolutely. Nobody wins a championship by making enemies every single weekend. At some point, you've got to know when to take 95% instead of reaching for 100%. That's part of growing up as a race car driver. But here's what I don't want him to lose. The edge, because that's the first thing people always try to coach out of young drivers. Calm down. Be more polished. Think before you speak. Next thing you know, they're giving the same interview as everybody else and you've forgotten they even existed. Don't do that. Channel it. Refine it. But don't kill it. Yeah, he didn't win the race, but Carson and the rest of the Spire team are contenders. Carson may just take most of the headlines this year, and moving forward, we've said it here before and you've seen it elsewhere, NASCAR needs Carson. Not because he's perfect, because he isn't. He's turning on the afterburners just in time for what could be one hell of a finish to the season, and if Atlanta proved anything, it's that the next time Carson Hocevar leads at the white flag, the rest of the garage better assume he's not there by accident. Thanks so much for watching, and while you're here, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like and bell icon to support the channel.